7 people have pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including assaulting a police officer and causing a public nuisance, in a case prosecuted by ASPO Bob on behalf of the Inspector General of Police at the Carnegie Magistrates Court. This story is written by Kerfatu. Now, according to the report, the accused are Muhammad Gassama, Aliu Lee, Modu Sanyang, Dudu Nyang, Kering Minte, Badu Cham, and Lamin C. They face 3 counts of criminal offenses. Now, count 1 is assaulting a police officer, which Mohammed Gassama is allegedly to have willfully obstructed and assaulted first class 7826 Per Jata by holding him by the neck and striking him on the face while the officer was performing his duties on August 10, 2025 at Kololi Tavern in the Kanifing municipality. And count 2, which is Afre, Aliuli, Modu, Sanyang, Dudu Nyang, are accused of participating in a fight in a public place on the same day and location. While count 3, common nuisance, initially all 7 accused were charged with conducting themselves in a manner likely to occasion a breach of the peace on August 10, 2025. Now, following an application by ASP Bob under Section 218 of the Criminal Offences Act, the court amended the charge to include all 7 defendants. Now, according to the report, the presiding magistrate Ture approved the amendment and instructed the prosecution to revise the charge sheet before the next hearing. Now, all 7 defendants entered guilty pleas and the case has been adjourned for the narration of facts and sentencing. Magistrate A. Mane of the Carnegie Magistrates Court has sentenced 2 women, Adama Kole and Mahmoud Saidi, to fines and potential imprisonment for a brutal assault on a minor. This story is written by Keksane of the Keks News. Now, according to this story, the women were found guilty of pouring a harmful mixture of vinegar, black pepper, and candle wax on a minor's private parts. Adama Koli and Mahmoud Saidi, along with a 3rd accused, Fatu Koli, who is currently at large, were arraigned by police prosecutors ASP Alpha Baji and Cadet Inspector Dudu Chame before the court on 2 counts. The conspiracy to commit a felony contrary to Section 341 of the Criminal Offences Act and assault causing actual bodily harm, contrary to Section 196 of the Criminal Offences Act. Leading the police cadet Inspector Dudu Chame alleged that on July 29, 2025 in Serkunda, the 3 women conspired to commit a felony and unlawfully assaulted one Maimunambai by pouring a harmful mixture of vinegar, black pepper, and candle wax on the victim's private parts. Adama Koli and Mahmoud Saidi pleaded guilty to the assault charge. However, they denied the conspiracy charge, which was later withdrawn by the prosecution. The prosecution stated that the accused claimed the act was intended as discipline for the minor, whom they alleged had been going out to follow boys all the time. The prosecution noted that the convicts were first-time offenders. Now, according to the story, in her judgment, Magistrate Mane strongly condemned the act, calling it a textbook case of child abuse. She stated that the child was legally and morally incapable of consenting to or provoking such treatment. Now, in her sentencing, Magistrate Mane referenced the sentencing guidelines issued on October 10, 2015 by Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow. While noting that the women were first-time offenders, the magistrate also emphasized the vulnerability of the victim and sentenced each of the 2 women to a fine of $50,000. Now, in default of payment, they will serve a custodial term of 2 years. And medical evidence presented in court according to this report detailed bones sustained by the victim on her thighs and pubic area due to the candle wax influencing the court's decision. In addition to the fines, the prosecution sought compensation for the victim, citing the potential for lifelong injuries. Defense counsel Pa Hari Chame argued against the compensation, stating that the matter was a family issue and that the family was already working to do what's right. He also argued that the $50,000 fine was a sufficient penalty considering the convicts' backgrounds. The police prosecutor countered, expressing dismay at the defense's focus on the family's situation over the victim's suffering. The prosecutor urged the court to grant $100,000 compensation to help the victim in her life. Magistrate A. Mane ruled in favor of the victim, ordering Adam Akoli and Mahmoud Saidi to each pay $40,000 in compensation with a default sentence of 1 year in prison if they fail to pay. Now, according to this report by Kex News, the third accused, Fatu Koli, remains at large. The court has issued a bench warrant for her arrest, and the case had been adjourned until she is apprehended. What do you guys think of this story as well? How can you be, punishing a child by pouring a mixture of vinegar and candle wax on her private parts? Of course, drop your comment in the comment section.